So, time for the third and final part of the Blade trilogy. It's been rumoured before that they're going to be rebooting or doing a sequel to it, either with Wesley Snipes, and I've heard Jamie Foxx's name. Jamie Foxx was Django, by the way, but I've also heard Jamie Foxx is going to be Spawn. So, let's get on to the review, Blade Trinity. Now, I don't know why I couldn't have called it Blade 3, it would have made more sense. Double disc version again, extended version. Probably the most bonus features I have ever seen on any film. You get the widescreen extended version feature, widescreen theatrical feature. I'm not going to go through them all. Commentary, 2 different loads of commentary with about 20 different people altogether. Goodness knows how many different features and behind the scenes looking at. Blooper reel, galleries, trailers, alternate endings. There's actually 3 alternate endings to this, and I can't remember which one the original ending is. There's one which was just written, and that was going to be that there was going to end up being werewolves appear at the end. That one wasn't recorded, but the 2 endings end with I'll get onto the endings in a minute once I talk about the film. So Wesley Snipes again appears as it. You have Jessica Biel in it. You also have Ryan Reynolds, who is not convincing in this either. I don't think I've actually seen him in a film where he's been as a convincing character. And probably anyone else that they know would be Triple H. That's probably the main cast in it that's known. There's 2 different versions, obviously, so one goes 10 minutes longer than the other. It's about a load of vampires restore Dracula back to his power to try and kill Blade so the vampires can be of power like they were before. Dracula is the least convincing Dracula I've ever seen. I reckon they're just trying to do it for the sex appeal in this purely, because Dracula is not frightening whatsoever, and I know that I'm not the only one who's picked up on this. If you look online, people have said before, Dracula isn't a monster in this. He's nothing. You'd expect him to be frightening and terrifying, but he's really not. So, what happens in it? Well, Blade joins with a group of people known as the Night Stalkers, who hunt vampires down. Obviously, he's still on the run to hunt vampires down. However, Blade's also been hunted down by police because he's been framed for a murder, because he thought he was killing a vampire, but he wasn't. He was killing a vampire servant instead. The ending's sort of crappy. Well, not sort of. Okay, ending number 1, and I can't remember whether this is the actual ending or not. Dracula gets infected with a virus which ends up going all over the world and killing every single vampire, including Dracula, and Blade just wakes up on like an operating table with people trying to cut him open, ends up riding away on a motorbike. Ending number 2 is Dracula shapeshift. Oh yeah, Dracula can shapeshift for some reason as well. He's never been able to do it before, but he can do in this. I don't get it either. Ending number 2 is Dracula after being infected with the virus, transforms into Blade and ends up taking Blade's place on that operating table, and Blade still rides away completely unharmed. Makes no sense to me at all. Both endings are rather crap. I would have rather have had the werewolf ending, to be honest. So, what do I give it? I give it a 6 out of 10. It's nowhere near as strong as it should be, and it's nowhere near as good as the 2 previous films. Still quite a good vampire film, but it can't be taken very well as a comic book film. I mean, it's a 15 compared to the previous 2 being 18, so it's nowhere near as violent and as gory, and there's nowhere near as strong language as the other ones. So it feels like it's been toned down to appeal to a younger audience, really, which it didn't need to be done because the audience that was at them with the previous 2 films were probably disappointed with it. All in all, not that good of a film. It needed improvement. 6 out of 10.